What if the sight of a simple tree sends chills coursing through your veins? We invite you to embark on an exploration into the human psyche, where the mundane is transformed into the extraordinary, and the harmless morphs into a symbol of terror. Today we delve into the daunting realm of dendrophobia, an irrational yet alarmingly real fear of trees. Phobias must not be dismissed as mere fears. They are potent, irrational terrors that can severely disrupt an individual's daily existence. Picture the inability to partake in a leisurely walk through a park, or the sheer terror experienced while driving down a road lined with trees. This is the stark reality for those with dendrophobia. The sources of these phobias, you might ask. While the origins are often intricate, traumatic incidents and genetic elements could be the catalysts for these intense fears. A distressing event involving trees, or a genetic inclination towards anxiety, could be the unseen seed that burgeons into a monolithic dread. But how does this fear showcase itself in daily life? Let's examine a few case studies. Picture traversing through a park where each tree you encounter sends your heart into a frantic rhythm. Let's examine an authentic example of an individual grappling with dendrophobia. For the purpose of maintaining confidentiality, we'll refer to her as Jane. Jane, a woman in her 40s, harbors a love for the great outdoors, much like many of us. However, her bond nature is fraught with complexity. Each sight of a tree sends her heart into a frenzy, induces sweat in her palms, and accelerates her breath. This isn't a simple aversion or discomfort. It's a profound, irrational fear, a phobia. The origins of Jane's dendrophobia trace back to a distressing event in her childhood. A colossal tree in her backyard plummeted during a storm, barely missing her. From that ominous night forward, trees, those mute, verdant titans, became her living nightmares. Envision her daily existence. She shuns parks, forest paths, and even avenues adorned with trees. Amid the freshness of spring, when others marvel at the blooming greenery, Jane is consumed by an onslaught of fear. She meticulously plans her routes to circumvent any interaction with trees, transforming straightforward tasks into intricate operations. Her fear extends beyond the physical existence of trees. It hinges on what they symbolize for her: peril, volatility, and the potential for harm. With just the thought of a tree, her heart starts to throb, leading to panic attacks, heightened anxiety, and a perpetual state of vigilance. The intensity of Jane's dendrophobia has driven her to seek professional assistance, undergoing therapy, and acquiring coping strategies. Despite these measures, her fear remains, standing as evidence to the potency and resilience of phobias. Easy to dismiss dendrophobia as an unreasonable fear. After all, trees are frequently associated with life and growth. But for Jane and those who share her experiences, trees serve as reminders of a traumatic history and a source of relentless fear. Their everyday struggles starkly illustrate the unseen battles that some of us wage. This is one illustration of how dendrophobia can seize control of a person's life. Trees, ordinarily symbols of life and vitality, can morph into threatening entities for individuals with dendrophobia. Consider your usual environments, such as the park down the street or your own personal garden, transforming into a frightful battlefield dominated by imposing green titans. The overpowering terror can impose severe restrictions, extending beyond the mere avoidance of forests or parks. It can determine where one can reside, earn a livelihood, or even travel. The fear reveals in varied and unpredictable ways. For some, the gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze can be a source of dread, while others, it is the monumental size of these terrestrial towers. This compelled avoidance can result in a life that is shackled by unseen barriers. In its most severe form, it triggers intense anxiety attacks, leading to physical manifestations such as an accelerated heartbeat, excessive perspiration, and nausea. The world may appear intimidating, with menaces lying in wait at every turn. The challenge with dendrophobia is indeed severe, yet there remains a glimmer of hope. Imagine a life controlled by fear. It seems unbearable, doesn't it? However, even the tallest tree once started as small seed. Overcoming dendrophobia may seem like an enormous feat, but with the right guidance, it is entirely possible. Therapy is often the first step towards recovery. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, can assist individuals to comprehend and change thought patterns that lead to fear and anxiety. Exposure therapy is another effective method. It involves a gradual process of desensitizing oneself to the object of your fear. In this case, trees. The initial stage might involve merely looking at images of trees, then slowly progressing to standing near a tree and eventually venturing to take a walk through a forest. For some individuals, medication can also play a crucial role. Antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications can help manage the symptoms of dendrophobia. Nonetheless, everyone's journey is distinct, and it's essential to find the method which best suits you. Remember, the goal isn't to eradicate fear, but to learn to coexist with it. After all, every towering tree was once merely a seed.